Right, so we're going to do a hip stretching routine. So we're going to start with our psoas stretch. So for our psoas stretch, we want to have the knee underneath the hip, trunk straight, so rib cage over pelvis. Toes can be flat or curled under, whatever's more comfortable for you. I prefer them flat. Now from here, what we're going to do is also make sure that our pelvis is level. So put your hands on your hips. If you need also some support from the wall, that's also quite helpful to do. Make sure that your knee is underneath your hip. Don't let it be drifting inwards like this. And then when you go into that stretch, the first thing you want to do is tuck your bum right underneath you. So you already feel some stretching here. Once it's already feeling like it's stretching really nicely, translate the pelvis forward using the front leg as a bit of a hinge. Whatever you do, do not arch your back, okay? So the back stays nice and neutral for this particular movement. And then you hang out in that level of stretch where it feels like you're getting a really good, what feels like a good stretch here, not a painful stretch. If you need a bit more intensity, you can take the arm up, stretch tall through your spine and lean over towards the opposite side. This will intensify it more here. And you would stay in that stretch for a comfortable amount of time, between 30 and 60 seconds. Taking, if you're struggling to hold it because of a strength issue, then use the wall or some other level of support. Once you've done that stretch, we're now going to take the opposite leg in front, and then this leg we were already working on to the side. You want to try and get yourself in this position where both legs are kind of bending in the same direction. So this leg is L shape in front of me, or a backwards L, and the other one is as well to the side of me. Want to try and make sure that both sit bones are comfortably on the floor. It might feel like quite a struggle to get the outer legs one on the floor, so aim to try and get as neutral as you can. Try not to be hitched up or off to the side. And then once you're there, we can then intensify that stretch if you're not already feeling a lot of stretch here, so it needs to be in the quads. If you're not feeling this quad stretch intensively, then you can then kind of lean back a little bit, and that will then begin to stretch into the quads a bit more. As you stretch into it, you might find that you get a bit more range of movement, in which case you would kind of walk yourself a little bit deeper. And as you do that, I want you to really watch that you don't arch the back up like that. Keep the back neutral. If you can't get here without the back arching, it means you haven't got the movement in your hips yet, so you would stay a little bit higher. And you just stretch into it, and again, it should feel like a really good stretch. Should not feel painful. And as you do this stretching, you'll find it begins to loosen up, and then you can go deeper and deeper. To get another way of getting a bit more stretch is to tighten through your hamstrings at the back of your leg, as though you're trying to draw your heel closer to your bottom. Hold it for a second and then release, and repeat 3 times. And that will suddenly give you, again, a little bit more movement into your quadriceps muscles, those big muscles at the front of your thigh. After 30 to 60 seconds, we move into the next stretch, which is to take this leg out behind you, and we're going to now stretch onto the opposite hip. So this leg stays exactly where it was, the other leg comes out behind. You go to the level of rotation that you can manage. You can see here I'm not massively flexible on my hips, so I can't get the leg straight in front of me, but that's okay. You just go to where you're able to do. If you're very flexible, then your leg might come up into, so it's right in front of, straight in front of you. Really important is that you're square over the top of this leg, and as you go into your stretch, you want to think about kind of almost sitting back onto it and beginning to lower the chest down, and that will make it feel like you're much more engaging and tightening, stretching through the muscles in your bottom. So think sink back, try not to come forwards. Sink back, you walk down to that position where you find that really good comfortable stretch, the sit bones sinking back in the direction of your heels, or the heel behind you. Chest is coming down towards the floor, but you're staying really neutral through your spine. Try not to arch your back in either direction. Try and be relaxed everywhere that you can. All of the focus will be around where your bottom is on the leg that is stretching. And as the stretch continues, you can take the opportunity, when it feels like it's loosened up a little bit, to just gently roll it, like you're a rolling pin rolling out and then in. Just make sure you don't get any pinching as you do this. And then finally come to the neutral position and just gently turn your head to the side and back, just repeating that motion 10 times. Okay, until you get to your 10. And then finally you would then come up, you would switch your legs over. So now the L's are going the opposite direction. Sit onto the sit bones both sides. It might feel different this way around. And again, you get that feeling where you get this nice stretch here. If it's not stretching enough, you would begin to kind of walk yourself backward and keep the spine really neutral. Don't arch your back. Get to a point where you're comfortable going onto your arms and leaning back as far as you can. It should feel like a good stretch here. Okay. If you don't feel it there, and you're feeling it all in your back, you know you're arching your back. And then you would then come back up after that stretch. We would then switch up onto the other way around. So we're going to do the pigeon pose with the other leg stretching. And then finally you would come up and then repeat your psoas stretch, but with the other leg stretching. So you've kind of worked your way around and you've stretched both hips. Okay.